What's up, guys? This is King Yakko, and welcome back to another episode of the 25 Days of Cubing. It's currently day 12, and today we will be taking a look at the Mirror Cube or the Bump Cube. It goes by both names, if I remember correctly. So, this puzzle functions like a standard 3x3. It's like about the same size, maybe a little bit bigger. But what you can as you can see, this puzzle's all the same color all the way around. So what differs between this puzzle and this one, even though they're functionally the same, what differs is that each, as you can see, each side has a different thickness to it. So when I turn like this, it kind of goes off its axis a little bit, and then you can kind of make it shapeshift a bit. So what differs this puzzle from the standard 3x3 is that instead of solving by color, you're solving by shape. And it can, as you can see, it makes some really interesting, gets really interesting the more you scramble it. We'll go ahead and just give this a full scramble now. We can move this to the side. We're not going to really need that for the video. But yeah, functionally this works the exact same as a standard 3x3. The only thing is, I'm not sure how well the camera will pick this up, but yeah, it's not looking like it's picking it up well. But on these centers, they are there's like it looks like kind of like brushed aluminum or brushed gold in this scenario, and those lines have a specific direction. So when you solve the cube, if they're not all lined up the same way, then technically it's not solved. So now you have what we call a supercube element where the centers need to be oriented a proper way. So we'll get into that later as we solve the puzzle, but again, this functions exactly the same as just a standard 3x3. Let's go ahead and just jump right into this solve. We already have this edge piece between the two layers that needs to go, but it looks like neither of the centers are aligned properly. So this has the lines, so the centerpiece has the lines going vertical, while the edge piece has them going horizontal. And we want the center to match the edge, not the other way around. So what we do is we move the edge out of the way, we rotate the center by 90 degrees, then put the edge back. And now all the lines are facing the same direction. And we have that same case going on for the top, well, which technically should be our bottom. So what we want to do is we move that out of the way. Same thing, we move it out of the way, rotate the top face by 90 degrees, then move it back. And now all the lines are going the same way. So now we're going to go ahead and put that on the bottom. And now what we want to do is we just want to go around and find edge pieces that match one of the centers, and then rotate it down to see if it matches the bottom. So this piece does fit, but the centers is not, the lines are not aligned properly. So we'll just go ahead and move this out the way, rotate this face, then put it back so that all the lines are matching properly. We'll go ahead and put that in. So I happen to notice that this piece does fit into the bottom layer. Yep, this matches with that. Then we can put that in just like that. And now we want to find the last edge piece. Not that one, it might be this one. Close, but not quite. Probably that one. Okay, and it's aligned properly as well. So now, we could do F2L, but I personally don't really practice F2L for this puzzle. So instead, we're gonna do this kind of like the beginner's method. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're only gonna solve the corners instead of the corners and the edges. So I can see that this piece goes in here like that. So what I'll do is I'll just insert that edge like that. I go ahead and excuse me, that will solve that piece. Next we want to find another corner that fits into the bottom layer. This one looks like it might, not quite. And also we might have to rotate some corners to see if they fit. If this one fits. It does, but it doesn't go in this spot. So I'm willing to bet it goes here. Yep, that's the next corner done. This one might fit. Not quite, unless let's see if we rotate a different way. That's not going to fit in there. We can try this one. Not quite. Let's see if this one fits. There we go. We can go ahead and insert that piece in like that. And then lastly, it's probably this one. It's not that one. I was just kidding. Probably this one. Yep, there we go. So that's our bottom layer all solved. Next, we want to do this middle layer. So now what we want to do is we want to find edge pieces that, again, line up with the center here. And then we can just kind of, in this scenario, I would just judge by the thickness. So this is pretty thick. This slot is really thin. So that means it probably goes here. So what we want to do is we want to move. So this edge piece needs to go here, right? So what we do is we move it away. We bring this corner out, right? Then we bring this edge back and bring that down. That matches this up like an F2L or first two layers pair. And then we can go ahead and just insert that in like that. So if you, for anyone who might have learned the beginner's method and isn't familiar with F2L but might know that little, that simple edge pairing algorithm, that is essentially what you're doing. You are just making an F2L or first two layers pair and then solving it. The more you know. But yeah, next what we want to do is we want to solve this edge because it matches with the center. It needs to go here. But what we're going to do is that same thing, but we're going to go this direction. So we move it away, bring the corner up, bring the edge back, bring the corner down, and now that creates an F12 pair that we can just solve like that. And then lastly, we have, let's see, this edge piece right here. So, oh, not lastly, we still have this. Okay, that probably goes there. Yep. So you can move that away and go ahead and solve that in. And then, let's see, this is the piece we need. So we're going to go ahead and do that same thing one last time. And there we go. That's our first two layers all built up. So it looks like we already have our cross. So we got to figure out what case this is. It looks like it might be a soon. Let's see where. Try this. Not quite. Yeah, with sometimes with this cube it can be a lot of trial and error to see if you have the right algorithm. But now we have a U-perm. We gotta rotate the corner, or rotate these. Sorry, we gotta permute these three edges by cycling them this way, so counterclockwise. We'll go ahead and do that. And in the process, yep, so in this scenario, I don't know, again, I don't think it's really picking up on the camera, but these two edges, or these two centers, are flipped the wrong way. So we can solve that by bringing this center up, right? We rotate it, bring this down, and then rotate this back. And we just keep repeating that process until all the pieces are solved again. So like that. And now all the centers are oriented properly and the cube is solved. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the 25 Days of Cubing. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, all that good stuff. Of course, don't forget to subscribe for more high quality content like this in the future. That'll be it for me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.